What if I say you, this fire is the reason why we are here. This fire is the reason why we are here. To know why we are here and why this is the reason, we have to travel back millions and millions of years before. Just imagine we all are in a cave, sitting close to each other in a pitch dark. How you think we would have communicated?
By words. By words.
Really?
Actions.
By actions. Not even by actions, by gestures. Because around the words the words what we talk today was just created by us just 5,000 years before. Even before that, we were communicating with each other through gestures, through actions. After the invent of this fire which I showed you, we started to develop our prefrontal cortex, which led to development of a brain. This brain development made us create new signs and symbols. These signs and symbols made us to create and communicate our group. For example, if this is a different group and different group sitting, we'll be noting us with a symbol. For example, how Nazis identify with a symbol. In current generation, how we all identify each other with a nation's flag. This all roots from there. If you go back to a certain centuries, we started with art. If you know, the first tweet was made in a stone wall, not in a phone. Because if you see any artifacts where you can see a palm, which actually means I am here, I was here, we were here. We could have always seen many artifacts or many wall paintings which is with the hands or with the palms, which clearly says that they are trying to say something to us. That's how this communication started. Later when we start the agriculture, civilization, we started to settle in the river banks where we wanted to communicate each and every day with even more people. Earlier we were nomads, we were hunters and gatherers, so that symbols were easy for us to communicate because we hardly meet people or we hardly met people. So when the agricultural revolution started, we started to invent languages. With this invent of languages came the first problem. What is it?
Spreading of language.
Miscommunication. Miscommunication started from there because there was a communication we are doing. We were having n number of languages, but still there are lots of languages which started through all our civilization, but hardly few languages stay. Why? This is because communication, because the group or the herds of group who were following it were killed or were not alive. While I was preparing for the speech, my project was to identify my communication style. There are various communications of style. For example, there is direct communication style, there is inspirational communication style, there is supportive communication style, and there is analytical communication style. To share you a simple example, what is it? For example, if I go and ask Mohit how to reach from point A to point B, if he clearly says me like a Google Maps or like an Alexa, go left and go right, then it's a direct communication. He'll be on point. For example, if I ask him how to go from point A to point B, and he gives an analytical thing, you will have to go from point A to point B and you will reach there in 50 minutes and you will reach there. If you are taking this route, you will be having more traffic, you will be having less traffic, then it is called analytical communication. And there is a separate style which is called as supportive communication. This supportive communication clearly states that where you are supporting the members, when you are supporting the member who is giving communication. For example, if I am asking Abhishek how I should go from point A to point B, he will be saying, should I also come with you? Do you know actually go where you have to go? Should I book a cab for you? This is called a supportive communication, where the person is considering whether all the other factors is important to you or not. And there comes informative communication, where the person who is communicating gives you all the other forms of communication which we talk right now. Communicating from one-on-one person is quite easy, but when you're communicating to a whole group of people or in an organization, it gets really tough. For example, even better you communicate, there is a high risk of giving miscommunication. If you see, there is an incident which is caused Chernobyl incident, you all know, right? There was a nuclear reactor accident which has happened. Even the Boeing 737 mishap has happened. It is all because of there was a miscommunication between the top management to the bottom management. They were all because some guy during a training was sleeping, or some guy during a training were not attentive, or the evaluator was not proper. In all these cases, you always come to a conclusion that the communication was not proper. Communication is a more important fact, and we are always learning how to give communication. But it is more important when to stop or when not to communicate. So with this note, I would like to stop here. Thank you.